Linda texts Brian and said, Sam's broken through in something new. Sam, share with us for a moment.
Thank you. Well, my journey started years ago, and I read a quote from a man named Paracelsus, who was the father of pharmacology, and he said, everything that man needs to achieve and sustain health is provided by God and nature. It's the job of science to find it. So science isn't in opposition with God. Science just validates God. And that's what I've spent my career doing, looking for those things in nature, that God's provision for health. And in the 1990s, I teamed up with a group of research pharmacologists from Southwestern Medical School who had made the discovery of the medically active molecule from the aloe vera plant that was called ace-mannan. They'd filed patents on it and worked with me on commercializing that discovery over the next 20 years. 20 years. And that's just kind of interesting when you said that. And during that time, we took this discovery worldwide. We provided it to medically fragile people all over the world. And along the way, Linda and I discovered that it made a huge difference in the lives of medically fragile children. We opened up a not-for-profit called Manna Relief and started providing this technology to kids in about 90 countries of the world who are struggling with every kind of infirmity that you could possibly imagine. And but 20 years after we started the company, God just laid on our hearts to leave the marketplace, traditional marketing, and come into marketplace ministry, into kingdom business. We didn't really know what that meant. My biggest anxiety is leaving behind the technology that God had blessed us with that had changed so many lives. But Linda said, if God's called us out, he'll provide us with something better. And being from the marketplace, I looked at her and I said, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I believe what you're saying. It's just hard to get my arms around something better than what we'd been blessed with. But we stepped out in faith and left the company that we had founded and built for 20 years to pursue this new marketplace ministry. And the very first thing that we did is I went back to the biochemist. One of the biochemists had made the original discovery, reconnected with him. And he said, it's interesting that you're calling me at this time because there's some new science out of Korea that has shown us how to reformulate the very technology you've been selling for 20 years that enhances its immune response 5 times more, 5 times than it has been. And I said, what are you going to do with that? And he said, I'm going to license it to somebody. So I shared with him my story and the reason I was leaving and starting a brand new company. So he licensed the exclusive rights of this new technology to our not-for-profit Manna Relief so that we could ensure that everybody around the world would have access to this. And then I went out to start this new company, but I felt like there was something more. About a year ago, we were sitting right down here. Chuck, you turned around and said, God's about to do one more big thing through you. And then I knew that we had not quite arrived yet. About 2 weeks later, I got a call from a group of oncologists in Florida, and they do integrative health in conjunction with chemotherapy. And they said, we're working with a brand new technology. It's called hemp oil. Are you aware of it? And I said, I know a little something about it. And they said, well, we found this very highly bioavailable hemp oil that is very good quality. We're using it in conjunction with chemotherapy, and we're seeing some wonderful results, integrative health results. What do you think would happen if we put your new technology with this? Wow. And I said, we might see things we've never seen before. Yeah. And so we did that. Worked with a group of cancer patients, and the result was immediate and profound. So profound that I immediately filed a patent on this technology because I knew it could be the core of this new marketplace ministry that God was calling us into. And I created this product out of that. It's called Entourage, and it is the most unique. It's half ace-mannan, this new ace-mannan, half this advanced hemp oil. Anyway, I'm going to leave this right here for a second. That was about this time last year. In February, I got a call from the International Symposium on Cannabis Technologies. They have their meeting every year in Mexico. And they said, we've seen your new technology and we want to award you with the Innovation of the Year award. And we haven't even put it out in the market yet. And then this summer, guys, and this is what I want you to just join us in prayer about, because this is really transformational. I got a call from a Dr. Renee Herty. She's the founder of the Dream for the Cure Cancer Research Foundation, one of the top immunotherapists in the world. Immunotherapy is a new form of medical procedure that basically recognizes that the most incredible thing for healing the body of disease, particularly cancer, is the human body, the immune system. And so what immunotherapists do is they're developing new technologies like things like monoclonal antibodies to help the body's immune system recognize cancer more effectively and kill it more efficiently. No toxicity, no invasive procedure at all. And so she came to me and she said, the only limitation to immunotherapy changing medicine today is the condition of the immune system of our patients. And I've just looked at your technology. You have the best technology in the world for supporting immunotherapy. So we're doing some clinical trials at the Mayo Clinic right now. And the first group that went through, she said, you are not going to believe what we're seeing. She said, this technology that I've developed and that you've developed together in the next 5 to 10 years will completely obsolete the need for chemotherapy and radiation. And so our marketplace initiative for the kingdom is every time one of those bottles of product or any of our product go out the door to a consumer, we make a donation to a child in need. And already, since we've just launched this, we've raised enough to provide 20 million servings of this technology to kids around the world, and we haven't even started yet.
Wow.